right? We not having that. We want to build a community, forever. Kids win, we win. Period.
Class in session. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of A.M.University. I'm your host, Antoine Miller. 37. Wayne, right? What you got? You got Google it.
37. We got a legend in here, though.
Just 36. Yeah, we just gonna keep it with 37. Semaj Inge, what's up, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Long time no see, man.
Yep.
How you living? How you
Can't
been?
complain, man. Can't complain.
What you up to?
Coaching, training, trying to stay in shape for these summer hoops.
Yep.
That's about it.
You still playing?
Yeah. In the summertime, playing the TBT, my Philly guys.
He's still playing.
It's like
He's still playing.
180,000 miles right now.
He's still playing, Wayne.
Almost 200,000.
I ain't gonna tell you, me and Wayne was walking the dog yesterday, and we saw, I ain't gonna say their names.
We saw Haas and Mar play one-on-one.
Jeez.
We realized how old we are. Me and Twan realized how old we are. They like 1 year older than us.
Belly's over here, like,
he said
just
that.
look.
Y'all looked good.
Hey, nah,
y'all was
listen,
out there.
man.
You saw us out there.
That was rough. That was rough to watch. But we got Semaj Inge here. I always like to, when I get a chance, guys that lived a very diverse life as far as basketball. He played on all levels. We'll start from high school, but he played at Temple when he went overseas, right? But let's just start from the beginning, because I know Wayne will be upset with me the first thing that I'm going to say, right? So I seen Semaj in 8th grade, and I seen potential, right? But by the time he got to high school, he really started putting in work in my eyes sophomore year, right? But we was all juniors and seniors, and I knew right then and there physically, like, he was the best player in Camden, physically.
Whatever.
I mean,
he wasn't though, but whatever.
Listen, a lot of people gonna get upset with me saying that, but look, it is what it is. He could do everything on the court physically, right?
That's true.
As a sophomore, But what I always seen otherwise as well is, like, he kind of took a back seat because he was so smooth in the way he played, like, and there was a lot of big personalities around him, right? So the first thing I want to ask you is, do you regret any of that? Like, and let's just start from high school, because some people might call it an asshole, but I think it'd have been an asshole in a good way. Like, if you was an asshole and you would have tried to take over as a sophomore, like, would you have had any, like, repercussions coming at you or something like that? I just want to know overall, like, if you could go back, would you go about everything the same way that you did in high school and just kind of got in where you fit in, like you kind of did?
I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right?
Okay.
As a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, you just happy to get on the court as a freshman or a sophomore.
Yeah.
And then you got, Chris Polk, Enrique, Preston, like, guys that me growing up looked up to those guys coming in. And I'm just like, if I just get on the court with them, I'm cool. You know what I mean? And best player in Camden, I knew I could play, but I was just excited just to be on the court and be able to contribute. Now, as far as taking the back seat, I would say I took a back seat, because people don't like to say that, but it is a such thing as taking the back seat. Like, you're being less aggressive because somebody else is on the court being more aggressive. But once Chris was gone, I just decided that was my team. You know what I mean? I really decided I'm taking over and really putting my will on every single game after my sophomore year. So yeah, I don't regret anything, because like I said, I was 14, 15 years old, and I was just happy to be on the court with these cats. So yeah, I don't regret it at all.
I just you did the same thing. You did the same thing at times. Then other times, you said, forget it. I'm going to be the best player on the court. Or in my mind, I'm a play like I'm the best player on the court.
What's funny is, what I think is, the people that we took back seats to, they was the best basketball players in the city at that time.
No, they wasn't.
Yes, they was.
100%. No, they wasn't.
100%. Yes, they was.
No, why?
Chris Polk and Shamari Moore was the best basketball players at that time.
Why? And says who?
The whole, just how, if you go back and how things was going, if you, Shamari would be playing with Juan.
Yo, you want me
Chris
to be
Polk would
honest
be playing
about y'all
against
team?
him.
Before we played y'all, we was more worried about you than anybody else.
Damn,
And that was because not even like no cap, but like we knew what Shamari was going to do. But you was always that wild card. Like Wayne could really go off, and if Wayne started going off, we done. So it wasn't even like Shamari. Yeah, we knew we was going to get from Shamari, but it was like, all right, if Wayne started cooking, then we got to change everything we planned for stop for Shamari with is out the window because we got to focus on Wayne.
Hey, go back. Who? Why would you say that?
I just told you. Like if you go back
Because
to
the
that
city,
time,
because the city like
after
deemed
Juan
them as
left-
the best
after Juan
players.
left- no, Chris Polk was just like a, he was like a, I hate to say it because I'm him, but he's like an Allen Iverson. Like he can just come from going to sleep all day and just come to the park and just get on the court with no shirt on and just score 30. Shamari was just a workout guy and worked on his craft at a young age, and
Chris Polk is
he
more.
was molded by the great, and it just that's how it was looked at.
Chris
If
Polk
you
was extremely entertaining. You
So
never
who-
knew what you was going to get out of
Who was
him.
the best basketball player in 2002, 2003 in Camden?
What
High
year?
school.
What grade was we in?
11th.
The best basketball player? What, you was a sophomore? Mm-hmm. Semaj Inge.
No, man.
I'm and because y'all thinking about it from a totally different lens, and that's why I went back and asked you, what do you mean by
talking
that?
about-
right?
you talking about
you
as
deem
in-
it. You
as
deem
in
it.
the
Let's
potential
let's
that what Semaj
let's
could
let's
do
no
or
no.
what he did at
Let's-
that time.
No, let's be honest. You deeming Shamari the best player because he
Because
wagged
they-
so-called little cousin.
And they was out.
That's why.
Like if you went to the hood games, they was out on the court. Like I was good, but I'm watching the game. I'm not playing. The WAG ain't picked me up to play. Obviously, I wasn't good enough.
Okay.
I wasn't out there.
I don't think
Chris Polk would be playing
Semaj can
against
speak
them
for himself.
every time.
I don't think Semaj knew he was the best,
Correct.
but physically he
know.
was already better than everybody.
But I'm saying, who was the best player at that time? Not who could have been if they would have been to their full potential at that time.
I'm taking Semaj. I'm still taking Semaj.
What you think?
What
you think?
did
At that time, when he was a sophomore, who was the
before
best basketball player in
go
Camden?
ahead, go ahead.
As far as a basketball player goes, like Shamari and Chris, they had
They
a
were
bunch
just
of other stuff
athletes, right?
around them. Yeah, like Shamari had Wani and all that. Chris had the whole East Camden, Pennock, everybody, Don Polk at the time in this corner. As far as all that stuff, I ain't never have none of that.
And me neither.
You know
That's
what I mean?
what's
I just
crazy.
came
Me
up
neither.
straight hooping.
I had these guys and my guys in
Exactly.
pullout. Like me
But
neither.
as far as you ask me to get on the court with them, it's going
Come on, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm one person that always ripped Chris on the crossover. He hates when I stick him. And then me and Shamari never really played against each other. That's what's funny about him.
But I'm glad you said that because I think that's what we got to get past though, right? Because it's like that in every city. Everywhere you go, it's somebody like Chris and Shamari that you looking at it from a totally wrong lens. Like you should be looking at it, right? Like I love watching Chris play, but Chris was very inconsistent, extremely inconsistent. But we don't forget those highlights, and we put the highlights ahead of everything else, right? Shamari's whole aura. Shamari had just an aura about him when he walked into the room that he carried with him, and it personified him having that type of title. But if you really go down to basketball, what are we really talking about? That make me even respect you more because you saying that you did it on yourself. Who was more skilled than Semaj? Skilled? Nobody, right? We could go to senior year. We could talk about Murray, Kevin Pilmer.
Why?
Because you just didn't just go like just here. Go ahead. Like go ahead. He said he used to see you do some shit in practice that was crazy. I used to be like, yo, that's
No, our
crazy,
practices
yo.
used to be crazy.
Yo.
Our practices used to be
I found out for a week.
You remember when he came over there?
I found out for a week. I've never practiced that hard at Camden High in 3 years of my life.
Did Silk keep you and your brother on the same team in practice, or he always put y'all against each other, or he kept y'all separate?
He didn't really look at us as brothers. He just looked at us as guys on the team. Yeah, that didn't even start happening until
Senior,
the next year, junior year. Yeah.
junior, okay. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Temple. So you get your scholarship to Temple. You just told me off air, which I never heard of. Your high school coach told you you would never play Division I.
Yeah, I never told him about that. I never told. I tell a couple of the kids that I trained.
Y'all got an argument?
How did it go?
He was a history teacher or English teacher at Wilson.
No, it happened in class.
Everybody's in class. No, everybody's in class. I was
having
going
a
to
rough
the bathroom or something, and he came out. He saw me, pulled me to the side, and was mad about something. One thing next to another. He just was like, "Yo, you'll never be a Division I player." And I remember that to this day. So I went home, told my dad I'm hurt, depressed. My dad called me, told my dad the same thing. Yo, he'll never be a Division I player ever. Like I don't care what he do, he's not a Division I player.
Did he give you a reason why?
He didn't. He did not.
Yeah, he was in his feelings.
He did not give me a
He
reason
was
why.
in his feelings.
Damn.
Yep. And it might have been. I think we came off of a tough loss. Maybe Chris played bad because he was big. He was big on Chris rightfully so. He was big on Chris, but that was his guy. Like the Polk, you get to do. You could run wild. Like that was he earned that. And I think he had a bad game, and I might have been asking for more minutes or more opportunities or something like that.
So that's how I used to run. Y'all used to ask for minutes, like how I used to go, or was like,
I mean, you don't necessarily ask for minutes, but you're doing little stuff to get more minutes.
At
like
practice or in the
bench.
game?
Both, all the time.
Oh, good. I'm glad you about to say what you looking down the bench and shit. This guy thinks that, like, if you're not in the starting lineup or in the rotation, and you at the end of the bench, and when they call timeout, you don't run to the timeout and act like you engaged. He just sit there and just be like, fuck it. If y'all ain't putting me in, y'all ain't putting me in. Do you think that at a time that was you running just to get extra minutes and showing the coach that I'm ready to go? Like, did you kind of like lower your masculinity, that's to say, like, because you had to run over there?
You saying I was wrong?
Hell yeah, you was wrong.
I think
You know you was wrong.
it's not necessarily about trying to impress the coach and get minutes. It's about being engaged into the game and what's going on, so that when you happen to get your number call, instead of being there like, oh, I'm salty that I'm not in the game, I'm watching and seeing what's going on, that when they do call me and I can jump right in and make something happen.
I was totally, from a basketball standpoint, I was totally wrong, but I would do it again.
I bet you would.
I'll do the exact same thing again. And I'm
That's
pretty
crazy,
sure Semaj would do it if he was in that spot that I was in.
I was in that spot.
I think everybody would.
Right. Now go back to my freshman year.
Because how it happened. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Let's get to Temple. You played for legendary John Chaney. You get your scholarship or whatever like that. So again, another conversation won't have enough. You know, you had you in the A10. You win it. Like, you know, what's your mentality going into it, and when you are in it, you know, what was the adjustment period that you had? Just go over your whole ordeal at Temple.
So,
ups and downs.
I actually signed at Temple at the end of my junior year. So I didn't even have to worry about getting recruited or nothing like that my whole senior year.
Good.
I went to Nike camp that summer and was playing against Lou Williams, Zubek, Casey Rivers, super young Kevin Durant was there.
That's when Harden was there?
Harden wasn't there at Nike camp, no.
Right.
And I did well. Like, I did well. Nobody knew me. Nobody knew who I was. Like, I did really, really well. And that's when I started myself and got the scholarship. So I'm like, all right, I already know I can do well in South Jersey, but I did well against national competition. So when I go to college, I'm high. Y'all niggas think, y'all can't see me. Like, what's up? I'm actually roommates with Marty Collins.
Okay.
I'm talking to Marty every day.
Marty was nice.
Before the season start, you know, we moving in and all that. I'm talking trash to Marty every day. I'm ready to cook, though. The first pickup game, we had this kid, Antoine Robinson. It's a 2-on-1. Me, Marty on one side, Antoine Robinson. Antoine Robinson, 6'8", shooter. He played for the Hawks for a little while. It's tough. You know, I like to run down blocks. I'm seeing Marty go get the layup. I'm going to run it down. He act like he going to lay the ball up, drop it off to Twine. I jump, come back down, turn around, try to jump. Twine dunk on me so hard. I'm like, listen, this is different. Yeah. Like, this is extreme.
They set you up the whole time.
They set me up the whole time. He knew exactly what I was trying to do.
That's when you knew.
That's when I knew. So that year, I sat the bench. It was games where I sat the bench so hard, like, I didn't even put my jersey on underneath my warm-up. 100%.
You knew you wasn't getting it.
I knew I wasn't getting in the game. 100%. And it was, practices was, Marty literally could have taken the ball from me anytime he wanted to at practice. Anytime he wanted to.
How does that feel?
It's crazy.
You know, it's because, I'm so glad I was like coaching AAU this weekend, and a kid, like 94 feet, he bringing the ball down, and the dude just took it, and I just immediately thought that has to be the worst feeling ever as a guard.
It is.
It's like your manhood is taken from you, and you telling me he could have did it every time you dribbled it.
Anytime he decided to put pressure on me and take the ball as a freshman, he could have, bro. Because he was 6'6", he was strong, and he was like sneaky quick and sneaky athletic.
Right.
So it was like, bro, don't come near me. Like, I'm just passing. At that point, I couldn't be aggressive. I couldn't try to score because anytime he came near me, I just got to pass.
Right.
So that summer, I had a real wake up call. Like me and mind you, I was only 17. I was like true. I didn't reclass, red shirt, none of that stuff. I was 17 going against Marty, who's 22 at the time, getting ready to go to the league. So I had me and Deontay, we had a real wake up call with each other. Like, yo, bro, like, what we going to do?
Who this? Deontay Christmas?
Deontay Christmas. That was my man. Yo, because we both came at the same time.
Okay.
So we both talking about, man, I'm transferring. He playing like 11 minutes a game here and there. He's like, yo, I'm transferring. I got all these schools wanting me, blah, 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 blah. So from that summer on is when I really put my head down and was like, yo, I got to really like get on my game. And I came back to Camden. I played a bunch of people in Camden. I was playing in every rec league.
Before you keep going, when you was going through that adversity, did you ever question your skills? Like maybe I'm not good enough? Never. Okay.
I question that I gotta get better. Like, I really, really have to get better. And I gotta get stronger. I gotta really work on my. Because until that point, I worked out. I did some skill stuff, but I never like did it like it was life or death. At that point, it was life or death. So to me, it was life or death. Like, I didn't want to transfer. I didn't want to leave school. I felt like if I left Temple, that I was like not letting people down, but not living up to the standard. I did not want to leave Temple.
Is that pressure?
All. That's pressure. Oh yeah, 100%. It was the pressure 100%.
But you still didn't took it though.
Yeah.
Because you could have went either. Like, so many kids go, and that's why I like the positions that we in right now. I think it's so important to show kids as much as we possibly can. Like, yo, that over there is no joke in the basketball world.
Oh, no.
I don't think you want that, right? And you say you do, and you get over there, people want to just. I want to play. A kid told me, like, I don't want to play basketball no more after one game. After a certain game, he said no. I said okay.
Too much for me.
I said when I was interviewing Sarita, I said okay. You want to take a year off, something like that? Cool. You get your body right. He said no. I don't want to play basketball anymore after playing against this dude.
Yep.
But you went the other route.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah. No, I knew that basketball was something that I really wanted to do. I was so close to home that people were still watching, quote unquote, and I didn't want to like leave and go to like a James Madison or Rider. There's no disrespect to those schools; they're all great schools. But I just felt like Temple was, it was it. Like, you know what I mean?
My dad always wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Play.
He said he should not with the first day went to Temple. But
I mean, now that's a great transition. Like, how was it playing for Chaney?
Yeah.
I need to hear a story about Chaney.
I couldn't get the true Coach Chaney because he was so old at the time. Like, he was really at the end.
We
of
got
his
a lot
career.
of correlations.
I know he about
different levels, but we got correlations. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. He was so much older at the time, but he knew his stuff. Like, he knew his stuff. We get there. Practice starts at 6:00. I wake up 5:20, get to the gym at 5:59, running the court. He don't get there till like 7, so we doing drills and stuff with the assistant coaches till like 7. Then he gets there, stops it immediately. Literally after watching for 1 second, somebody make one bad play, and it was usually me. And it wasn't even like a bad play. It's like attacking the zone, and I'm not looking back. I'm going dribbling this way, and I'm not looking back. He'll stop it, smack me in the face, all that stuff. But as far as him knowing the game, like X's and O's, and defensively, I still teach his 1-3-1 to this day. And people don't understand it. Right? A lot of people try to teach the 1-3-1.
I got a 2-3 for niggas. For people asses.
Yeah. People try to teach it, but it's the way he teaches it is ridiculous.
What? I can't wait to coach against you. Let me put that out there, yo.
Please.
Canton High versus West Tech. Let's get it.
Ain't no West Tech for me no more.
Oh.
Please show me this 2-3 when you get a chance.
Not on camera though.
Not on camera. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I learned a lot that year as far as basketball.
So he wasn't really hands on. It was just like when he had to step in.
Yes.
Was he vocal?
Extremely. Okay. Extremely vocal. Like he is on camera in the interview session, nicest guy ever. On the court, oh man, cousin. Every breath he takes is fuck. All day cussing. Just he was genuine, but he knew exactly what he wanted and exactly what to do to win. And I never seen a ref make a call and come up to you and cut to coach and say like, "How was that? That was
shit.
That was my bad. I messed up. I never seen that in my life until it was with Coach Chaney, a referee." Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds really similar to what we're talking about. I mean, it's at a high school level, but that sounds really similar to Turner. I do wish I could have met a younger Turner because, I mean, 95% of people was very fond of him. Like, people loved Coach Turner to death.
Man. He was a great man.
Yeah, but I think he was kind of like what you said about Chaney. He was people's past his time. By the time we got there, you know, as far as being hands-on and things like that. That's why we had 17 assistants and whatever like that. But
when you was the first time John Chaney took you in like a little like an individual meeting, what did he say to you? Why are you here? What was your role as a freshman that freshman year? What did he tell you? Like, did he tell you you're not going to play this year, or did he shoot it to you like you got to work hard, and if you work hard you can break the lineup? What did he say to you, or did you even have that meeting with
That's
him?
a good question. You know what? It wasn't even. We didn't talk about minutes at all. And like I said, hindsight is 20/20. Knowing what I know now, that would have been the conversation that we would have brought up. But me being 17, 16,
you was just happy to be there.
I was happy to talk to Coach Chaney.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I was happy that a
D1,
legendary coach wanted me.
You got a jersey, you got a locker room that say your name, you got a jersey, you on TV.
I was just excited for that, bro. I didn't know I was going to be sitting behind the NBA point guard and never seeing the court. That my freshman year. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I was just young. I was 17 at the time, 16 at the time. I didn't know.
what you think is the most important thing you learned from him during them years overall? Like, cause I know he probably dropped jewels on y'all without even saying things at times.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I only had him for a year, and again, it was his later years.
yeah.
But one thing I still try to do now is that 6 a.m. practice stuff.
Yeah.
It's a reason. Especially being like an entrepreneur now, being a trainer now, you got to manage your time better. Like, it's plenty of stuff that I wish I could do that I don't get to do because work and all that stuff gets in the way. But literally at practice, we get out of practice at 8 o'clock. We don't got to worry about nothing else basketball-wise for the rest of the day. We done got it 2 hours in already before the day even started. You know what I mean?
Whatever you do now
is the same type of thing. Like, anything I need to get done, I try to get it done early, and then I got the rest of the day to do whatever it is I want. Then you get your practice done at 6. Now all the work that you do after that is extra.
Yeah,
extra. You know what I'm saying?
Structure, bro.
You gotta get up, though.
Again, another simple concept. You know, another simple concept. So, all right, so you played overseas. Where you go overseas, Semaj?
Man,
I know you've been in a lot of places.
First year I was in Iceland for 2 years, and then I went to Czech Republic, and then Costa Rica, which actually was like a kind of a break for playing. Then I went to Canada, finished off in Denmark and Turkey, but in between all those places I played in a bunch of other different countries, but those were the teams I was playing with.
So talk about that transition, because I think people think going overseas is sweet.
Oh man!
Like I'm really this good, and this is a downgrade for me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come over here and be the man.
These men been playing since they was 12, right?
Like, how many Americans y'all be having? How many Americans y'all be having on y'all team?
Well, at the level that I was at, we had like 2 to 3 Americans.
Right. Yeah, you only have a couple, so you probably coming there and like, man, these dudes can't do nothing with me. And around that time, it was like the transition with, as far as the NBA, kind of overseas dudes, like it's out of control now. They all killing when they come over here, but it was still that transition when we was around that age. Yeah. You know, so you still going over there like, man, whatever, I'm about to kill y'all. So talk about that transition. Basketball wise, no, actually in totality.
You know what?
You know, because it's a whole culture shock.
It is. I after college, I stopped playing basketball. I got an advertising degree from Temple, and I started working at a marketing agency for like, I want to say 4 months or something like that. And I just felt like I had too much energy. I got too much energy, bro. Like I got the degree, I can always fall back and come to work. I just got too much energy. So I hired an agent, ended up going overseas, and he was like, all right, we can't get you nothing real big right now. We got to work your way up so you can start somewhere small like Iceland, get good numbers, get wins, and we get you up to the next level next year. So I'm like, Iceland? Bro, like they play basketball in
Where's
Iceland?
that at? First of all,
Is
where is it at, bro?
It's halfway. It's like New York, and then Iceland's a little island by itself, and then the rest of Europe is here.
Okay.
It's like halfway between.
Is it like cold? Like is Iceland or is it like
Iceland is. They say that Greenland is cold and Iceland is green. So it's like a New York winter.
Okay.
It's like when it gets
It's
cold, it's the same
It's
in
cold.
New York. It gets a little colder.
Okay.
But I don't know nothing about Iceland.
Yeah.
But just talking to a couple of my seniors from previous times that went overseas to places like that, they was like, "Oh, you'll be fine. Anybody can go over there and do well, right?"
Yeah.
But in a place like Iceland, as an American, they're literally expecting you to come over there and be LeBron.
Is that when you had that orange and white jersey on? Like you had like a highlight tape that was just a lot of dunks, a lot
That
of
might have
crossovers
been the
and straight dunks.
red. My
Red-
first team was black and white.
You was wearing Jordans. I think the
That was the red
leather
team.
Jordans.
That was my second year in Iceland. I got picked up by another team.
Because you're
LeBron.
American, they expecting that?
100%. And they expect that every game.
Every game.
Every game, you got to be like LeBron.
If not, what they throwing shit at you or they like cussing you out on their shit?
No, if not, you're not getting paid.
Oh, it's really real.
No, you don't get paid.
It's really real.
Like you do not get paid. You ask the owner, like, "Yo, I need my check. Like, I need something to eat."
He like do.
No, next week. And that's like after the next game.
Wasn't that what BT was talking about?
Yeah, them contracts ain't
He
guaranteed
said he
over
had
there,
to
man.
he had to go over to the law firm.
What?
I get it though.
What?
I get it.
You can have a contract, all that stuff. If you ain't playing well, first of all, you're not gonna get paid until you start playing well. Then if you keep not playing well, they send you your home. You just go home. That's it.
Like the contract is null and void now.
You just go home. So imagine having to play like LeBron every night, win, right?
Right.
And then if you don't, you're not getting paid. And then if you don't for long enough, you're going home. And they're going to have your replacement there before you even leave. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yo.
It's crazy.
Yeah, nah, I never heard that before.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's the trenches in it. That's a gym.
100%.
So you got to deal with that on the court. You didn't even walk outside yet to live life.
You going to
How's that?
You're not going to another state. You're not going from West Coast to East Coast. You're going to another country, right?
What are you
Any
doing?
sign that you see outside, you don't know what it say. Ordering food, like you'd be lucky if the waitress or something speaks English. Like most places do, but if you're deep, like I was deep in Iceland. No, I'm sorry, I was in the city, so a lot of people spoke English.
Yeah.
But like,
Wait, what did you do with the playbook?
what playbook? The play was get me the ball. That was the play. Yes, like I said, they expect you to be LeBron and Kobe. Like you can't do that. If you're just good, like you're a good role player, nah, you got to be LeBron and Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's no playbook. Give you a couple sets here and there. All the sets are designed for you to score. If you can't score, then we holla at you. Bring the next one in.
What did your days go like? Away from, maybe you stayed in the gym the whole time. What did your days go like?
So that was a time where I really grew as a player because there's nothing else to do. Like you don't know nobody, you don't have no friends. I started working out every time I went to a new team. I started working out as soon as I got off the plane, just to let them know that this is what I'm going to be doing. Like I'm going to be working out every single day. So y'all got to figure out the schedule where I can get on the court. I got to get me a weight room. Like I need all that stuff because that's all I did. I think I went to Costa Rica like 4 years in. And like I said, that was my break period because I just needed a break from being away. I wanted to go somewhere nice. And I got to play basketball and get paid. So I was like, I'll do that. But that time I was working out. I got up 7 a.m., hit the track, did calisthenics after I got done the track, went and got a breakfast, took a nap, lift, shoot, eat, take a nap, practice at night, 5 days a week. 5 days a week. And that's why I overseas, I really liked it because I didn't have any distractions as far as family, friends, none of that stuff. Like I can really get into a nice routine and work. And I came back from Costa Rica. My dad was like, "Yo, what's up with you?" Like I was strong, I was big, yeah.
Total machine.
Yeah. And that's the difference between pros and like college and high school kids. Like, you going over there, you're getting paid to play basketball. You need to work on your stuff. Like, that's all you have to do. That's it. That's why I be telling these kids, like, oh, I got schoolwork and I got this and I got that. Like, well, you want to get paid to do this? You got to act like you're getting paid right now. All that stuff. You got.
Okay.
I tell them all the time, man.
And that's the total difference.
Yep.
That's another jump, huh? James Harden, man, the infamous picture.
Which one?
Him pushing off on you.
Okay, at the rock. Yep.
How is he? Is he really the truth? Did you give it to him like you did at the Nike camp with Kevin Durant? Like, tell me, what's the truth? This James Harden guy.
I'm going to break down that tournament.
In that picture.
And
did he
First of all, in that picture, he was strong as shit.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
That's what I wanted to know, too. Is he really that strong?
All the way back then, he was still already strong.
Bro, like, all right, you know how when they taking the ball out of half court and the point guard getting the ball, you go pressure, and they kind of like hold you off?
Yeah.
Like his hold off.
It's like literally just holding you off like a child, right?
Like extend a little bit. Like, you know how you flop, like trying to get the foul? Like, it wasn't no flop, bro. It was, like, I was strong at that time, too. Like, it was like, yo. He wanted to strong outside of Wani, because I worked out with Wani a lot when I was still in shape. Outside of Wani, James Harden is the strongest. He's the best basketball player I've ever seen in my life. Offensively, defensively,
yeah.
Better than Allen Iverson?
I never played against AI.
Damn, he ain't come to none of y'all practices.
He used to come to John Harden workout, RP John Harden. He used to have workouts in Philly with all the tough pros, right? He used to have workouts and then play pickup. AI would just show up for the pickup and kick everybody ass, go home.
Literally.
I never got to play with him.
Literally,
he just show up for the workout. I mean, show up for the pickup, give everybody shoes and all that stuff, kick everybody ass, go home every day. Yeah.
If I hear a story like that one more time about AI.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But yeah. So we playing in the rump, right? There's me, Jason Thompson, Kyle Hines, a couple other good, really, really high level guys. We played, I want to say 4 games in 2 days against, again, other high level guys, Scotty Reynolds, Robert Covington at the time. Yeah, Robert Covington with the Sixers at the time. The other guy, I can't remember the other shooter's name that they let go.
Not
31.
31.
With the Sixers?
Yeah. He played a couple years back.
Is it Ennis?
No, 31. I see it too.
I can't remember his name. Anyway,
he's still there?
No. I don't know where. I think he might be out the league at this point. But he was just a shooter. That was it. But we played 4 games in 2 days against high level competition. Right, make it to the championship in the rump. We playing FOA and 8I. Right, they played like 2 games, 1 game each day. Right. I'm waking up. I think it was Monday night. I don't have Twitter. But I'm getting all these text messages like, yo, James Harden just tweeted he coming to the rump to play against y'all, blah, 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 blah. How you going to act? I'm like, he going to have to play basketball.
Right now, he Arizona, he OKC.
He was with the Rockets. He just,
he's going
into his MVP season.
Oh, shit.
After that summer, he won MVP.
Damn.
Yeah, he was with the Rockets. So, whatever. Long story short, he get there.
Sheesh.
Yeah, no, he was on top of his shit. But long story short, he get there. I ended up having, I think I had 25 that game. He had 32. But the first half, we played him hard. He had like 6 the first half. I was guarding the
because he
whole
was
first half.
missing, or you was right in his shit. Like
I'm not saying I shut James Harden down. I played him tough. Like I played him tough. I contested all the shots. You can watch the tape.
He tried to flop on you and everything.
Tried to flop on me, all that jump ball, all that. It's on the tape. Watch all that. Like I said, we played 4 games in 2 days. So by the second half of that game, we was done. Like we was just gassed, and they was just had fresh legs, and they ran away with it at that point.
As a defender, what makes him so difficult to guard?
His ability to shoot the ball at any second. Like at any second.
I get what you mean.
He made a 3 on me. He was literally talking to somebody in the crowd, holding the ball, talking to somebody in the crowd, somebody talking trash to him, turn around, fired it from like half court, and made it. Like, bro, you ain't supposed to shoot that. You just got done talking to somebody in the crowd.
The angles that he can,
Yeah, it was it. And for me, like I'm long, so I can get a good contest on your jump shot.
Right.
I couldn't time his at all, ever. Yeah, he was totally different. His confidence was out of this world. Oh my God.
Yeah.
His confidence was out of this world, bro.
Yeah.
What about the lulling you to sleep with the ball handling and things like that? But that didn't affect you at all. Like, you know, because he's all about, and he's not quick, but he's all about his angle.
Is he quick though?
Nah, he's not
quick. Is he quick from point A to B?
I think offensively his anticipation is insane. Like I think he could time what you want to do defensively before you do it.
That's what it is.
I don't even that don't even make sense to me though. That an offensive guy can
he's
do
thinking
that
2 times.
Yeah.
2 steps. Okay.
Yeah, like he's dancing with you. He's literally dancing with you.
That's why Kyrie better than Kevin Durant. Do you think so?
No.
Okay. Why?
You see, he ain't even hesitate.
Kevin Durant.
Because he's tall and lanky like Kevin
No.
Durant. And you just said you gave Kevin Durant problems and Nike can't.
I didn't give I didn't give Kevin Durant.
You held your own.
He was young.
You was young too.
I was young, but he was younger. He was real
He
young.
still was Kevin Durant.
He was
Bro, but a year or two in high school, that might as well be 10.
Yeah, he was a kid.
You know that.
But
Well, then that's why I say you wasn't the best basketball player in Cannon when you was in 10th grade because you was a kid. All right, now go ahead.
Nah, but I was a kid playing against grown men, like regularly.
Chris Pope was a grown man.
Chris Paul was a grown man. But no, my thing with Kevin Durant is he be like he's so good at scoring and talented at
too
scoring.
efficient, bro.
He be trying stuff. Like he'll just run back to the 3-point line just to see if I can make this run back to the
What
3-point line.
do Kyrie do?
Kyrie, he actually has to create space and get angles and all that. Kevin Durant,
So
Kevin
what's
Durant can
harder?
literally score where he want to.
Right. Right.
So if you put Kevin Durant at 6'2", he could do that same thing.
You can't say no what ifs. He's not 6'2".
But I'm saying Kyrie's doing the same thing as Kevin Durant in different heights.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
I don't.
And he can do the same thing.
He can't.
Like you have a better argument than saying when I be saying he's better than Kobe, because like sometimes Kobe
I don't have an argument with that. I don't have an argument with that either.
But Kyrie can do everything that Kevin Durant can do. Everything, because Kevin Durant is really not that athletic. He's just 7 foot.
So if Kyrie
He's
was
just
7
7
foot,
What? 7 foot? Pop, 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 pop,
we
pop,
wouldn't be
pop.
doing all. They wouldn't have to do all that.
I mean, you can't do what if. You just gotta do the height. How we
You
want to do?
You can, but you can.
I mean, we was talking about height. This height, same skill. Kevin Durant, same sniper ability at 6'2". He'd be not better than Devin Booker.
Who affects the game more, Kevin Durant or Kyrie?
Depends who want the ball. It depends what game they playing.
It
Kyrie
doesn't depend on anything.
Kyrie Irving.
Why?
He got the ball in his hand the most time.
Why?
He got the ball in his hand.
Who's more efficient?
Kevin Durant.
So who affects the game more?
Kyrie Irving because he got the ball in his hand.
Oh, okay. Who affects the game positively more then?
Depends who want to score more, because Kyrie can do it. I'm trying to. What game do you ever see that Kyrie can't do that Kevin Durant can
What
do?
game have you ever seen Kyrie being a leader where the team succeeds?
This year,
No.
Brooklyn. Hello, Brooklyn.
They
Remember?
lose all the time when Kyrie alone.
Oh, Twan.
They lost all the time in Cleveland when Kyrie was alone.
Twan, I ain't
Boston
gonna lie,
lost in the
last
first
2 weeks,
round
the
when
last 2 weeks,
Kyrie
I've been
was
not
alone.
on the NBA like that, but from the last I checked, Kyrie Irving holding it down while James is coming off his little shit, and Kevin Durant just came back. So all they doing is playing with people into the playoffs. Then it's gonna get nasty.
I don't care about the regular season, bro. So
It's gonna get nasty, dog.
All right, Wayne. All right, let's end with this. So you coach AAU, you do a whole bunch of training. I love what you're doing with kids. You even had a couple of my kids in high school. You know, they speak real fondly about you, man. So always got to ask people that's in the basketball world right now, where do you think basketball is trending? It's preferably, just in totality. You know, from grade school to the higher levels. Do you think it's trending in a good way, or is it going in a negative route? I want to see what y'all thinking. I'll go just overall.
So for me personally, it starts from the bottom and goes back down, right? So NBA, that's all. Every kid's dream that plays basketball get to the NBA, right? But to get to the NBA, you gotta get to college most of the time, right? And that's where I think we're going to run into some trouble, because these college coaches, they get paid to win games, right? So when they're talking about recruiting and bringing in new talent, they're looking for kids that are bigger,
Ready.
stronger, older, you know what I mean, more ready than somebody that's in there right grade. Like one thing that John Chaney said to me when he was recruiting me, we sitting down talking to me, he said, Semaj is rare because he hasn't reclassed and he's went in his right grade. And me and my mom looking at each other like,
What does that mean?
What you supposed to do?
that make.
That's normal for us.
But what he was saying was, that's
You're the only true freshman.
most people either reclassing or prepping and doing all that. So you can starting to see it now, where at like AAU events where you got 12-year-olds playing against 15-year-olds, but that don't matter because when the coach walk in, all he's watching is an 8th grade game, and they're all in 8th grade. Matter he's 15 against playing against 12-year-olds, don't matter, right? So now that 12-year-old was getting destroyed, right? And this 15-year-old is looking good, but is he really good, or is he just bigger, stronger, faster, older? You know what I mean? And I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have, whether it's going to be breaking players worse, making them better. I'm having a conversation now with a parent about, you know, whether their kids should reclass because there's so much reclassing going on. You know, I don't understand it because I never, like I say, I came right through, so I didn't understand that. But I would like to know what you think about that whole situation.
I think in most cases it's 100% wrong. You always got your exceptions. Like I would say an injury, obviously. You tear your ACL or something like that. I would say that's now we need to sit down and talk about reclassing. Other than that though, if you're good enough, you're good enough. It's really simple to me. If your skill set is there, this isn't going to change it that much, right? And but I think about it more so from a mental standpoint as far as the kid and the parents, right? So, like, what are we really trying to do here, right? Because I'm looking at, so you're fearful that your son isn't going to succeed if he stay in this spot. So you want to reclass. That's my real issue with it. Your son and you are fearful of the reality, right? I didn't play much, quote unquote, or this didn't happen, or blah, 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 blah. So I need to reclass. I don't understand that at all. This is basketball, right? Basketball is a clear-cut thing. You know, you can get better at your game, but it's not going to be that much better. You know, you got better, but you were already a really good basketball player. You know, you tweak things to get better at that. You're not going to come back as a totally different player. Mm-hmm. It was already in you.
But you
to
as
be
a
good.
coach, an AAU coach or a high school coach, would you take that reclassification player with open arms? Like, come on.
Well, I coach at a public school, but nah.
No,
nah.
Like,
nah. I mean, it's only certain places you could do that. You know.
Right, because they're the ones that come in with that.
Well, because
again,
I'm looking at the mentality point. Why are you reclassing? Right? Why are you reclassing? Yo, it's cheating, bro.
That's what I want to hear. Like, is it cheating?
Bird just said it on his show. It's institutionalized cheating.
Yep.
Shout out to Bird.
Like, it's cheating. So, and you're okay with that. Your parents is okay with that. Why would I want that on my team, right? Because when we get to the nuts and bolts, that's what I think about. I think about when we get into the nuts and bolts of the game and we have adversity, right? Those habits is going to crack, and they're going to reoccur, and they're going to show. Right? I don't think about surface level thing. Like the reclassifying thing is surface level to me. Why do y'all really want to do this? I want to go to the root. Mm-hmm. Like, and to the root, y'all got bad information. Y'all selfish. You know, y'all on some other nut stuff. I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I don't want to be a part of that. I talked to a parent a couple years back, and I wanted to get this kid to my high school, whatever like that. He was a sophomore. He had two really good bigs at Canton Catholic playing in front of him. It was really good. And they just ain't had no space for him. He was going to play his junior and senior year, talk to his mom and stuff like that. She said, we need to reclass because he didn't play a lot his sophomore year. His sophomore year.
You got 2 more.
You got 2 more years. So you got to get that year back. And I said, so what's the plan? Or whatever like that. Like, why you want to do that? You got 2 more years. And then I told her, and this is the other thing that nobody talks about. In 2021, you don't get recruited for high school. You get recruited from the AAU team that you play for. High school recruiting is over. AAU runs high school basketball. High school basketball don't matter no more. That's just you having fun. And you want to win a state in New Jersey. You want to win a state championship. That's what that's about. It's not about recruiting.
But you know what's crazy? I heard that now. Like this year with this new transfer portal, coaches is not even going to tournaments and stuff like that no more. They're literally going right to the transfer portal to bring in new talent.
They didn't even see him yet.
Didn't even see him. They're going right to the transfer portal, and that's my point with the whole.
So that scouting guy that get paid that couple of hours for the D1 schools, that job is gone now.
I mean, they probably go to other games to see other players. They don't go to other like AU events and stuff like that no more.
Like back in the day.
Because it goes back to what Semaj said: bigger, stronger, faster, and they're more mature. Mm-hmm. Right?
Ready to go.
They're ready to go. I still got to groom you as a 17-year-old. So we on the same page. I hate it. Overall, I hate it. I think it's exceptions like it is to anything else, but I hate it, and I just think, you know, that was the whole point of this platform from the beginning, man. I just think, and it's mostly parents. Y'all not knowledgeable enough. I don't knock the kids. I don't get mad at the kids because you don't know no better. Everybody want to go with the wave, you know. He did it, so I'm gonna do it, whatever like that. But you're hurting yourself because you're gonna probably be 19 years old in your senior year, and now what? You might not be able to play. Like y'all ain't even thinking about that, you know. So that's it. You got any last words?
Nah, that's it, man. I appreciate what y'all doing. You know what I mean, keep it up. Always gonna support you guys.
Semaj got me going, man.
Appreciate you, cuz.
That's down.
Nah, I always wanted to know how y'all felt about that, man.